I'm Wendy Andersen. I trained in the UK as a psychotherapist, specialising in cognitive behavioural therapy, which means I work with people's thoughts, their feelings and their behaviours and looking at the interaction between them. And in particular, I work with treatment of trauma and addictions. Yeah, I have a strong background, an academic background, which means I'm very comfortable looking through all the research trials that are going on at any given time. And there's thousands of them. And we want to be able to utilize all that research and bring it into our practice here. So that firstly, we're making sure we're doing best practice, but also so that we know not what's just best practice, but what works when best practice doesn't. What do we do with the outliers? We want to make sure, what if you don't fit in that segment of society, that we know all the different approaches that are available when best practice doesn't work. Whoever comes to the centre, they're the expert in their lives, and I might be an expert in psychotherapy, but together we can form a team, find out what works best for a specific client, and then tailor the program to fit the client. I mean, for example, sometimes we're doing writing workshops. That will work with one client. We also do psychoeducation workshops. And we're always trying to throw different things at the problem to make sure we find what works for each client. I would say deep down, you already know. You know yourself and you know if what you're doing is working or if it's not. When to do it, you might have a million excuses. Now's not the right time. I've got work, I've got family issues, and you're kicking it down the road. But I would say consider your lifeline like a span, and you can see a particular point in time where you go into recovery. Before that, there's pain, there's suffering, there's mistakes, there's errors, there's hardship. Afterwards, you have recovery, you have health, you have healing. It's not easy, but it leads to calm and peace and more enjoyment in your life. That point, that transition point, where do you want it to be? Do you want to be towards the end of your life and you have pain and distress for much longer? Or do you want to bring it forward? Can't change the past, but we can bring it forward, do it now, and we extend that period where you're in healing and recovery and enjoying your life.